lot of great scoring chances tonight, just frustrating it seemed like.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to score in playoffs, and yeah, I mean, it's good to generate, but I mean, you also want to be able to bear down on those chances. So yeah, definitely some positives. Obviously, we got a good goalie over there, and we got to make it tough on him, not allow him to see as many shots as possible, and just make his life as hard as we possibly can.
No one wants to lose game one, but can you take some comfort in the fact that you've been here before?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Obviously, we don't want to be in this situation, but we've had a lot of experience being down 1-0 in a series. So yeah, I think that gives us some, I guess, a positive note that we know we're able to come back from it. I mean, lost game one against these guys last year, and we were able to get it back. So yeah, I mean, playoff time, you're going to lose games, you're going to win games, and the most important thing is the next game.
Statistically, it looked like you guys had the lion's share of the high danger scoring chances. Did it feel that way to you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't see the numbers, but it felt like we had some great looks in front, and their goalie made some good saves, or maybe didn't do as good of a job as we could at getting it back in the net. But yeah, I mean, it did feel like we had some good looks, and that definitely is a positive note.
What's the key to maybe finishing a little bit more?
I mean, just bearing down. I think there's not really exactly secret. You just kind of got to do it. Yeah, I mean, you have your chance. You got to be able to bear down on them. Obviously, there's going to be times where you're going to get a bad bounce and go and make a great save. But hopefully, if you do it enough, you'll get some good bounces as well.
What makes Blackwood tough? What do you see tonight, and from your experience here in postseason series, how can, as these series go on, you can kind of chip away at that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a great goalie, big goalie. I think, as I mentioned, all those playoff cliches of getting to the net, getting pucks there, getting in front of his eyes, and getting those second chances in front of the net. I mean, it's those cliches, but they're cliches for a reason, and yeah, just do a better job at that. You can never have too many looks at the net, so it's just kind of working for that next chance and bearing down when you get it.
Did it feel more like the Dallas Stars, and is that important? I mean, coming off whatever the 0-5-2 was, it just seemed like you did flip the switch as a team.
Yeah, it did feel. Obviously the score wasn't what we wanted, but it did feel better. Obviously some adjustments and some work to be made, but I mean, we have a lot of belief in this group. We believe we can obviously beat this team, and then we believe we win the Stanley Cup. Obviously, you don't want to look too far ahead, but we have a ton of belief, and yeah, I mean, the most important thing is to try to build on that and come out with our the best possible game we can on Monday night.
Just keep doing what we're doing. I thought we played maybe our best game in a month or two tonight, and that's hockey. Some things bounce off a skate, bounce off a glove, and end up in the back of the net. So we'll live with it and move on to game two.
Is that encouraging? Can you build on stuff like that?
Yeah. Obviously, losing game one is something we're getting used to. It's not an enjoyable feeling, but we've been here before, so try and work through it and win game two.
It's encouraging when you play well, but when you play well and lose, is that at the same time, concerning?
Yes and no. Being down 1-0 in the series is never fun, but we did some good things tonight, and we're looking to build on that and continue doing that and finish off some chances game two.
Thomas, you mentioned the history here of losing these series openers. How can you positively pull from that?
I mean, like I said, that's the best game we've played in a month or two. We forechecked hard, we defended well. So, obviously it's not ideal going down in the series, but, there's a reason it's first to 4.
A lot of times you talk about puck luck and hoping that it evens out over the course of a series, but how much of that is you making your own luck as well?
It's a little bit of both. It's like you saw tonight, pucks go in off a guy's foot, pucks go in off of, our guy's hand. But if you go to the hard areas of the ice, those things are going to happen, and we have to continue to do that, and we're going to get our bounces.
Statistically, it looked like you all had the lion's share of the high danger scoring chances. Did it feel that way to you?
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty even game. I thought we outplayed them proportions of it. So their goalie played well, but we got to find a way to put a couple more past them.
How much of a boost would it be to get, obviously, Miro, he's working back. How much of a boost would that be?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. He's a world-class player, and we miss him. But, he's back when he's back. We can't control that, so we'll just go back to work tomorrow and, get ready for game 2.
So a lot of good things in that game. Just seems like some bad luck and things fell apart at the end there.
Yeah, I think we played pretty good. Sometimes they're like, and we talk about that we just gotta leave the rest out there. What we got, and now just take the good things we did today, and then watch some videos what we didn't do good, and then take those with us and get ready for the next game.
What happens when you get bad luck like that? 2 goals, it's kind of fluky.
Yeah, obviously, nothing you can really do those, but then you just try to forget those and stay in there and try to get those bounces to yourself too. So sometimes you get those and sometimes you don't. So just gotta stay in the fight and keep going.
I know you guys always talk about your resilience and that losing game 1's not a big deal, but are you just frustrated by that this keeps happening?
Of course, you don't want to lose games, but now we just gotta forget the result tonight and get ready the next game.
Statistically, it looked like you guys had a lot of the lion's share of the high danger chances. Did it feel that way to you all on the ice?
Yeah, I think we got some good looks tonight. Their goalie played well, so I think if we keep going like that and just keep making plays, and it's gonna find a way in.
You guys haven't seen him much. Did that affect you at all? I don't think he's played against you this year.
No, I don't know. Sometimes you don't think too much about that. You just you just try to play the game and obviously, of course, when you work hard and stuff like that, you're gonna get those bounces. So.
What do you think the key to finishing the looks that you guys are getting is?
Just don't get frustrated and stay in there, and it's gonna come.
Pete, overall, do you feel like your team played a better game than the score reflected tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's pretty clear. I think, it's probably the best game we played in 3 or 4 weeks. I thought we were pretty solid. It was one of those nights where, I felt like we got a really good look. They either got a save or we missed. And then, there was a couple, it would go right back down. There was an opportunistic, 2 of them were basically, one was off a foot and one was off us. So, but you know what, you got to make your bounces, excuse me, in the playoffs. And they worked for their bounces tonight. We've got to work for some bounces around the net.
What did you think of the group of defensemen? Obviously, you did a little bit of shuffling, but it seems like that was a lot different than what we've seen recently.
Yeah, I thought we were fine defensively. I thought we were pretty solid. I didn't think we gave up a lot. I thought they got some momentum on the power plays. The 5-on-3 right off the bat's a tough thing to deal with. But and then the double minors. That's just something that. Against that team, we can't take 8 penalty minutes against that team. I think we talked right from day one that staying out of the box was going to be critical.
Called a timeout during that power play, then got a result. Like what was the thinking there, and what happened?
Well, we have, with Miro out of the lineup, we have one power play defenseman really in the lineup, and that's Harley. So just to give him a breather, to give him a breather so that we could take advantage of the second half of that power play without having him either out there tired or someone who's not a power play guy out there in that spot.
Pete, on the video review of the puck that was kicked in, did you have a different view of that, or did you guys get an explanation on the bench?
No, you know what? I didn't know what they were reviewing, to be honest with you. And then when I watched it in slow motion, it actually did look a little bit like he kicked it. I'm not, it obviously wasn't intentional. There was contact, and his foot kind of, hit it. If he did kick it intentionally, he's a hell of a soccer player. It's a hell of a play. But I think the right call was made.
There will be a time where you won't have to answer this question, but losing game one is just an oddity, or what do you put in?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, different teams. Even if you're going to count the whole streak, different coaches. I guess the good news is we've come back and won more than our share of those series where we have. So I think we got to concentrate on that.
You talked this morning about the differences in the Avs team you saw last year and this year in execution. What stood out to you as the biggest differences tonight?
Well, they're just a deeper team than they were a year ago. They're a deeper team, and they didn't have Mackenzie Blackwood last year, and he obviously was a key guy for them tonight.
Coach, do you feel like you guys are a confident team right now, even though the record hasn't been great the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I thought we were a confident team through that whole game. I mean, it's 2-1, middle of the third period, and we've got a chance to, I think Blackwood made the save or Marchment missed. I haven't looked at it closely yet, but that game's quarter of an inch from being tied 2-2 in the third period. There's no confidence issues.
What's the message now moving forward? You said you liked the way you played, but how do you move forward now to Monday?
Yeah, we got to build on that. We got to work for some more bounces around the net. We got to stay out of the penalty box, and we got to build on a lot of the good things that we did tonight. Okay, thanks.